Have you ever thought that dogs also know how to honor humans in their own way? Not with medals, not with words, but with small silent actions yet filled with all their love and loyalty. When a dog chooses to look at you with gentle eyes when it lies quietly at your feet without asking for anything, that's not just a habit. That's an honor. It gives to you a silent message: I trust you, I belong to you. In the world of dogs, there are 7 special ways they use to show respect, seemingly ordinary acts but steeped in deep meaning about trust, loyalty, and unconditional love. And interestingly, the last one in the video will surprise you most. At first glance, it may seem odd, yet it's the most touching sign that your dog has truly chosen you as the one in its life. Welcome to Pet Pulse, where we help you understand more deeply the soul of your 4-legged friend. If you truly love the way a dog loves you, hit subscribe and let's explore together. Honor number 1. Showing the belly. Have you ever seen your dog roll over, expose its soft belly? 4 legs curled, exhaling a soft sigh, and thought it's just asking for a belly rub. The truth is that moment means so much more. In the canine world, the belly is the weakest, most vulnerable spot. No teeth to bite, no claws to defend. No wild wolf, no stray dog would dare expose its belly unless it felt completely safe. When a dog rolls onto its back in front of you, it's not a joke or randomness. It's a gesture of absolute trust, a wordless way to say, I trust you more than my own survival instincts. Scientists call this behavior secure attachment, similar to the bond between a child and a parent they trust. A dog only dares reveal its most vulnerable parts when it senses long-term stability, patience, and warmth from you. That trust can't be forced, can't be trained or bought. It's built slowly, day by day, through caring, listening, loving without needing words. So next time your dog lies, belly up, eyes half closed, tail softly wagging, don't dismiss it as just funny. Pause and feel it. Because in that quiet moment, your dog is giving you one of the greatest honors an animal can give a human, surrendering itself in trust. It doesn't need to say, I love you. Just lying there, belly exposed in a world that can be dangerous, is enough because it knows with you everything is safe. So if you've ever seen your dog do that, know this: you have been chosen. You have become the one it trusts more than its survival instincts. And that is the first way a dog honors its human. Because sometimes loyalty isn't in licks or tail wags, but in the silence when it allows itself to be vulnerable before you, trusting you will never hurt it. Or honor number 2. The protective sleeping position. Have you ever noticed that when night falls, your dog steps onto the bed, circles, then lies down, but not facing you instead? It rests with its back to you, head toward the door. At first you might think it wants distance, doesn't want closeness. But the truth is completely the opposite. In the language of dogs, sleep position is a message. From their ancient ancestors, wolves living in forests where each night might mean danger, they would sleep back to back with the ones they trusted most. Not to avoid cold, but to protect each other. When one faces outward, it takes the responsibility to guard, ready to alert if something is amiss. The other sleeps peacefully, knowing there is someone watching. That instinct hasn't disappeared even after thousands of years, even though dogs now live in safe, warm homes. When your dog lies pressed to your back, head toward the door, it's not distance. It's a quiet tribute: you are the one I want to protect. Scientists observing dog behavior have seen this across many breeds, from tiny chihuahuas to large shepherds. Despite size differences, they all share a primal act positioning between their human and potential danger. Sometimes you'll hear a soft sigh or quiet inhale before sleep. That's not random. It's like a guard taking its post, closing its eyes in peace only after confirming its position. This behavior also carries another layer of meaning. Dogs don't do this with everyone in the house. They choose to watch over the person they see as the center of the pack, the one who needs protection most. That person might be you, the one who feeds, walks, or simply feels closest in their heart. Thus, turning its back toward you is not a sign of rejection, but a silent oath. Rest well. I'll stand guard. So if each night your dog still chooses to lie next to you, head toward the door, body pressed close, know this: it is doing what its ancestors have done for millennia, guarding the one it loves. No training, no reward, not even for dominance. Just respect and love so deep it naturally becomes the sentinel. That is not just sleep position, it is a ritual of loyalty, a way of honoring you in silence recognized only by those chosen. Because sometimes a dog's love isn't in licks or joyful greetings at your return, but in the moment it quietly turns its back, faces the door so you may sleep safe in a world it watches over. Honor number 3. Love Nibbles. Have you ever felt your hand being gently held in your dog's jaws, but felt no danger, no growling, no threat? Just a light, careful nibble, almost as if it's afraid to hurt you. This act can perplex many, maybe even feel playful or odd. But really, it's one of the deepest gestures of love a dog can offer a human. From the moment they are born, dogs use their mouths to learn about the world. They bite, chew, mouth taste, and gradually learn the first lesson: how to control strength. As puppies, if they bite too hard, playmates pull away. To keep playing, they learn to modulate force enough to touch, not to harm. That lesson, deeply embedded, matures into the instinct of control out of love. So when your dog gently nibbles your hand, it's not random. It's a conscious choice. In that instant, the dog knows if it applies more force, it could cause pain. But it chooses gentleness. It restrains itself. It trusts you, as though saying, "I have the strength, but with you, I choose kindness." Not every dog does this. They won't be gentle with strangers. They won't nibble playfully with those they don't trust. That behavior is reserved for someone they deem safe, someone they consider as belonging. It's a boundary that bridges instinct and emotion, love wrapped in careful control. Behavior researchers call this social mouthing, a form of affectionate communication reserved for individuals in close relationship. Among wolf packs, pups, mouth mothers, or adults show submission or trust via gentle mouthing. In the human-dog bond, that gentle touch is love spoken in tooth and breath. So next time your dog lightly holds your hand, don't pull away or scold. Let it linger. Smile. Feel it. Because in that moment, your dog is whispering in its own language, "I trust you. I love you. And when I'm near you, I will always be gentle." Have you experienced that moment when a creature could cause pain, but chooses gentle instead? If so, know you just received one of the highest honors in the dog's world. Because sometimes love doesn't need words. It needs a gentle nibble, a reminder that true strength is in trust, kindness, and restraint. Honor number 4. Licking your ears or nose. Have you ever sat down and your dog walked over and softly licked your ear or gently touched your nose? It might make you giggle or feel slightly awkward, but for a dog, this isn't playfulness. It's a ritual of love. One of the most intimate, respectful ways they show affection to someone they deeply trust. In the dog world, licking is more than a sign of affection, it's language of bonding. As puppies, they lick their mother's face to beg for food, to seek warmth, to confirm her presence. As they mature, they use that same behavior to strengthen bonds with the few individuals they trust most. In wolf packs or wild dog groups, licking ears or faces is only for those with deep connection, mates, family, or trusted companions. It is a ritual of respect, affection, and absolute trust. And interestingly, dogs don't lick just anyone's ear or nose. They reserve that for those they truly consider family. When a dog moves in close, near enough for you to feel its breath and licks your ear or nose, it is a silent declaration, "I trust you enough to come this close." Behavioral scientists such as Alexandra Horowitz note that where a dog chooses to lick ear, cheek, or nose is intentional. Those areas are extremely sensitive, carry a lot of scent markers, sweat glands, and personal mood data. To lick there is to read you your emotional state, health, scent. By licking those spots, your dog is showing love and knowing you at your deepest level. So when your dog leans in and gently licks your ear or touches your nose, don't push it away or complain. Smile. Because in that moment, you're part of a sacred ritual, one reserved only for the chosen. That lick is more than a lick. It's a vow of loyalty, a silent kiss of trust. And sometimes amidst the busyness of life, a wet nose touch and warm tongue is enough to remind us we are loved purely and simply. Fletcher Daltil is here. Honor number 5. Letting you handle their paws. Have you ever noticed that when you try to touch your dog's paw, they often pull it away? Just a light touch and the leg retracts, or they gently turn their head. Not because they don't like you, but because for dogs the paws are sacred. In the wild, paws are essential. They help with running, hunting, defending territory. Even a small injury to the foot can mean death, so the primal instinct is protection. Dogs instinctively guard their paws like humans instinctively protect the chest at danger. So if one day your dog allows you to hold its paw without pulling away, without tension, and with trust in its eyes, understand this: you have just received one of the rarest honors in the dog's world. When a dog lets you handle its paws, it's more than cooperation. It's a surrendering of primal protection. It's acknowledging, I trust you more than my survival instinct. Behavior researchers note that in that moment the dog's nervous system resists the instinct to retract. Its body wants to pull back, but its heart tells it, it's okay. This is someone safe. And so it stays still. It may seem simple, but it carries a depth of trust beyond licks or hugs. Imagine you trim its nails, touch its paw pads, feel the softness and warmth. In that silence is a real bond between two beings. It doesn't speak, but in its eyes it whispers, I know you won't hurt me. I trust you. According to National Geographic, over 70% of dogs still reflexively pull back their leg even when raised in safe environments. So when your dog doesn't, that means you've transcended the barrier of instinct. You're no longer just a human to it, you're its pack, its home. Perhaps there's no simpler way for a creature to say, I love you, than letting someone touch the part it instinctively guards. Next time you hold its tiny paw, remember you're not just touching biology. You're touching trust. Trust that a dog reserves only for those it truly honors. Honor number 6, refusing to leave. When you're upset, there are days when we don't want to speak to anyone. The world feels heavy. Even breathing feels weary. You sit quietly. Tears fall. Silence surrounds you. And then, you sense something small: warmth. A gaze ahead softly resting on your leg. That is your dog. It doesn't ask why, doesn't demand answers. It just sits, patient, silent, as if to say, it's okay. I'm here. They do this not by accident. Researchers have shown that dogs can detect human emotions by smell heart rate behavior. A 2020 study in learning and behavior found that when owners cry, many dogs cross obstacles to reach them, even if frightened. They can't stand seeing their humans suffering, they must be near. That is more than empathy. It is a soulful bond, an invisible thread linking human and the most loyal of creatures. Consider the story of Kabang, a dog in the Philippines who leapt into traffic to shield 2 children from a motorcycle. He lost part of his face, yet lived for a decade more, honored nationwide as a hero. That's no outlier. Across the world, countless dogs have risked life to save their humans or simply stayed by their side when they were sick, hospitalized, or dying. That love needs no teaching. It is not behavior learned, it is instinct born from absolute loyalty. When you're sad, it can't say don't cry. It only knows to sit close, lock its gaze on you, ears droop, body pressed near, breathing soft. And in that silence, it says more than any comforting words ever could. You might not know this, but when you cry, your body's scent changes and dogs sense it. According to scientists at the University of Naples, dogs detect shifts in stress hormones like cortisol in your breath and sweat. They may not understand sadness, but they sense something is wrong. And their instinct has one answer: stay. Sometimes loyalty isn't in heroic acts, just in presence. Simply being there until you calm. No words, no solving. Just there, because they know presence is the greatest gift they can give. So next time you feel broken and your dog comes resting its head on you, don't push it away. In that moment, you're not just comforted, you're honored by the deepest way a dog knows how it chooses to stay. Even when you're down, even when you're flawed, even when you don't deserve it, it stays by your side. That is a love with no words, no reason, no conditions. A love that, once understood, makes you realize sometimes angels don't have wings. They have paws and a heart full of faith. Honor number 7, bringing you their treasure. Sometimes love doesn't come from grand gestures. It arrives as something small, soggy, and maybe a bit dirty. A worn ball, a chewed sock, a stick picked up from outside. If one day your dog brings that treasure and places it at your feet, stop. Smile. Understand that you are being honored. In a dog's world, offering the most precious thing you have is not a game. It is a ritual of trust and gratitude. From wild times, wolves shared food to strengthen pack bonds. The one given to is not just a companion, it is someone chosen. Today when your dog brings you an object, whether tattered toy bone or even your missing slipper, it's not just play. It is handing over its prized possession to you, because you are family. Behavior scientists call this a sharing gesture, a gesture only made in deep bonds. In dog packs, it's offered to respected leaders or loved packmates. That means if your dog frequently brings things to you, you hold a top spot in its world, not by dominance but by loyalty and trust. Remember, dogs don't have much to give. No riches, no grand gifts. All they have are toys, bones, or maybe even a sock you tossed away. In their view, that is treasure. When they place it before you, they are saying, "This is mine, but I want you to have it, because you are everything to me." So next time you see a battered ball lying by your door, resist scolding. Bend down, stroke its head, and whisper, "Thank you." Because in the language of dogs, you have just been granted the highest honor, the title, the one I chose. They don't write thank you notes. They don't send roses. They don't speak gratitude. But through that simple act, they say more than any 1,000 words ever could. I trust you. I love you. And you are the most important being in my life. And as you look back at all these ways a dog honors a human lying guard, sharing treasure, staying when we are down, you realize we don't just own dogs. We live alongside souls who know how to love, who choose to stay, not for benefit, but out of pure heart. After walking through the 7 ways dogs honor humans, perhaps you'll see something simple. We don't need medals or grand ceremonies. Just a look, a gentle lick, a soggy treasure at our feet. Sometimes that's enough to know to your dog you are the world. Every act they give is a silent vow. I chose you. I trust you. I live to protect you. Dogs don't need language to say love. They say it with presence, with gaze, with quiet breath by your side through the years. And if you've ever had a dog roll belly up, offer its paw, or lie next to you when you're hurting, congratulations. You have received the highest honor a creature can give a human: absolute trust. That kind of love needs no teaching, no reward, no condition. It comes from the heart, pure, unconditional, unquestioning. Not all heroes wear capes, some have paws. So how about you? Has your dog ever given you one of these honors out of the 7? Share your story in the comments. Maybe your tale will help someone see that they too are being loved in the quietest, most profound way. And if your heart warms hearing this, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video, where we'll explore 5 ways dogs quietly protect human health, small actions that might just save your life. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. Hug your dog today, because for them, you are everything.